So my name is Dr. Kopax. I am a doctor here at the hospital, and I am going to see a patient, Leah Lee. She's 4 years old. She has been transferred from MCMC Hospital earlier today, and I have diagnosed her with septic shock. Currently, she has disseminated intravascular coagulation, and she has been bleeding from her IV site since she's been here. I have to perform a spinal tap on her. We have to get some more data regarding her cerebrospinal fluid and to make sure that her septic shock has not gone up into her central nervous system. Okay, Leah, we have to do a spinal tap. I'm going to have you roll over on your side. This might hurt a little bit. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Lee.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, I'm Dr. Kopatz. I'm taking care of Leah. We just performed a spinal tap. I think she's having some issues with her cerebrospinal fluid and with her septic shock. It's going to go haywire. We need to do some more tests, so I performed a spinal tap, just making sure she's okay. She's pretty stable right now, which is very good, and we're expecting good results today.
But I don't understand. I didn't have any paper to sign. The doctors put a hole in her back before we got to the hospital. I don't know why they did it. I wasn't there yet, and they didn't give me any paper to sign. They just sucked the backbone like that, and it makes me disappointed and sad, because that is how Leah was lost.
They just took her to the hospital, and then they didn't fix her. She got very sick, and I think it's because they gave her too much medicine.
Hi, Mr. Lee. My name is Dr. Kopatz. I'm taking care of Leah, and this is my translator, Lee. She'll be translating for us throughout the appointment. So, in my note, I see that Lee has been in a different hospital, and that she's had a lot of drugs put into her because of her condition. Do you know how serious or what's really going on with her?
Cô ấy đã được chuyển từ bệnh viện khác đến đây và được cung cấp rất là nhiều thuốc. Bạn có biết là sự việc nghiêm trọng đến cỡ nào không?
Blah 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 blah.
He said he never understand what happened to her, but this is not what he believed.
Okay. So she's come from a different hospital, and from what I've seen with her chart, she needs to have more testing done. And that's why I think we should do a procedure called the spinal tap, which is when I take fluid from her cerebrospinal column and just test the fluid that's in there and see if there's any abnormalities that are going on. But I guess I just want to ask, why do you think so differently, or do you have an opinion about what I'm going to be doing?
Cô ấy nói là con gái của bạn cần rất là nhiều sự chăm sóc và cần phải làm một số thứ test. Bạn có nghĩ là có cái gì đã ảnh hưởng tới
Blah 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 blah.
He said like their family is in her mom, and then they believe in the spiritual healing and the good health confirm the soul being living within each person. So if you process so many things, or the soul can lose, and then they will not be healed.
Okay. I've never known much about that culture before. You're the first person I've met to ever say that to me. But I think from a perspective coming from as a doctor, I think that this procedure is the best we can do at this moment for her. It will give us the results that we need to either proceed or to change our direction. And so I have this paper for you to sign because she's under the age of 18. We need you to sign this so you consent that it's okay for us to go about with our plan and what we need to do to give her the best care to make sure she's stable.
Cô ấy nói là có rất là nhiều thứ cần phải làm, nhưng cô ấy nghĩ đó là điều tốt nhất có thể làm cho con gái của bạn, và bạn cũng có một số giấy tờ cần phải ký vô. Bạn có đồng ý ký không?
Blah 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 blah.
He said like he not totally
he understands the procedure, but if it's not the best for his daughter, he will do it. Đây là giấy tờ mà bạn ký không?
Came out of the room, Leah's room, and I discussed with Mr. Lee the procedure that we're going to be doing, the spinal tap, and I tried to get more information out of him, and I brought my translator with me to the appointment. I thought that it would be helpful just to see and convey what I was trying to say.
I think this is a good idea to have a translator between two people, and then it's make like the other people from other country understand more about the procedure, and then they're not worried about what they will dealing with.
Absolutely.
I just signed the paper for Leah to get her spinal tap done. I don't really believe that it's the best option for her. She's just had so many tests and procedures and medicines that I'm afraid it's hurting her more than it's doing good. However, I understand that this is probably the best chance that medicine has to get her better. I'm glad that the doctor asked me about my culture and took it into consideration when he made the decision to ask me. All the other hospitals I've been to never asked me. They just went ahead with what they thought was best. Culture is an important part of our Hmong beliefs. I'm glad that Leah is getting the care that she deserves.